Yeah. Good morning, dear students. Let us solve one more problem on the Hartnell governor. And let me read the problem. The radius of rotation of the balls of Hartnell governor is 80 mm at minimum speed of 300 rpm. Neglecting gravity effect, determine the speed after the sleeve has lifted by 60 mm. Also determine the initial compression of the spring and the governor effort and the power of the governor. The particulars are given below. Length of the arms are 150 mm and length of the arm sleeve is 100 mm. Mass of each ball is 4 kg and stiffness of the spring is 25 Newton per millimeter. So this is the problem. Let me solve this problem. Okay. So first write the given data. And length of the arm is 150 mm is the vertical length and length of the sleeve arm is the horizontal arm, which is equals to 100 mm. Okay, now let us write the given data here. So this is the diagram for minimum position and maximum position. For minimum position, the ball moves towards the axis of the line. For maximum position, due to centrifugal force, the ball is moving away from the axis of the rotation. So R2 is the maximum radius of rotation and R1 is the minimum radius of rotation. And at this point, half of the sleeve load plus spring force by 2 is being acted. For minimum position, the horizontal arm moves downwards by length h1. Similarly, for maximum position, the horizontal arm moves by distance h2 in upward position. At position of this is the position r1 and this is r2. At r1, mg is the capital W. Half of the this is load acting on the sleeve portion. Let I am writing. So capital W is the load, and one more force acting on the sleeve is S1. So half of W is equals to mg. Mg plus S1 by 2 is being acting at R1. Similarly, for maximum position, what will happen? Sleeve load is not being changed, but whereas the spring force changes to S2. Initially, for minimum position, the spring force is S1. It is being changed to the S2 value. Now write the given data. What is given? The radius of rotation R1 is equals to 80 mm. Given. Next, that is 0.08 meter. Speed of the governor. Let us take it as N1. Minimum speed I am taking it as 1. That's why I am writing N1 is the minimum speed, which is equals to 300 rpm. Next, omega 1 angular velocity of the governor. What is the omega 1 will become? Can anyone answer? That is 2 pi n1 by 60. That is 2 pi into 300 by 60. Can anyone solve this one and give me this value, omega 1? When I am solving, it is coming as 31.4 radians per second. And h is given. Determine the speed after the sleeve has lifted by 60 mm. So height of the sleeve, h is equals to 60 mm, which is equals to 0.06 meter. So earlier I have solved the vertical arm, I am writing it as A and horizontal arm as B. Now I am changing it as X and Y for our convenience. That X is the vertical arm. What is X value? 150 mm. That is 0.15 meter. Similarly, Y is equals to horizontal arm. Y is equals to horizontal arm, which is equals to 100 mm. That is 0.01 meter. Sorry, 0.1 meter. One more, what is the data they have? Mass of the ball. M is equals to small m. Mass of the ball, which is equals to 4 kg. and stiffness of the spring has given. What is stiffness of the spring? S is equals to stiffness of spring, which is equals to 25 Newton per millimeter. Okay, this is the given data. With this given data, let us try to find what we need to find here. What they are asking, can anyone answer? Initial compression of the spring, governor power, and effort of the governor. Let us solve one by one. So from this, how to get H value? I'm going to next slide. How to get the H value, height of the sleeve? H is equals to, H is given by the equation R2 minus R1 by Y by X, or A by B you can write. The height of the sleeve is given by the equation H is equals to R2 minus R1 by Y by X. From this, what is R2 value? Can anyone answer? How we can get R2? That is, R2 is equals to R1 plus H into X by Y. This is the equation we are getting. So R1 is given 0.08 meters plus height of the governor. What is the height of the governor is given? 60 mm. Right. 0.06 into X by Y. X is 0.15 meter and Y is 0.1 meter. On solving this equation, we are going to get the maximum radius of rotation. What is the answer we are getting on solving this? 170 mm I am getting, which is equals to 0.17 meter. Now let us try to find out the maximum speeds and minimum speeds N1 and N2 values. N1 already given, minimum speed. Now let us try to find out the N2 value. So from maximum speed of rotation, let us try to find out the similarly N2 value. From maximum speed rotation, N2 is the maximum speed and S1 and S2 are the spring forces at minimum and maximum speeds respectively. Let me write S2 is the maximum spring force. Now centrifugal force between the minimum speed we need to find. Let us try to find out the FC1. FC1 is the minimum centrifugal force. How to find FC1 value? That is given by the equation m into R1 into omega 1 square. Mass of the ball we know 4 kg. Radius of rotation how much? 0.08. And omega 1 already we have solved 2 pi n1 by 60. That comes as 31.4. Earlier I have solved this equation. On solving this, what is FC1 I am getting? Can anyone answer? This comes around 316 newtons. Okay. Now try to find out the S1 value, stiffness of the spring 1. Sorry, minimum spring force S1. How to find minimum spring force S1? We know the equation. FC1 into X is equals to, from minimum position diagram, taking moments about O. Taking moments about O means, let me write, take moments about O. For taking the moments, the equation will become as FC1 into H, X is equals to mg plus S1 by 2 into Y. Okay. So from this, try to get the S1 value. On getting S1 outside, what is the equation we can get? S1 is equals to 2 FC1 into x by y. Yes, tell me. Say solve and give me the S1 value from this. Now taking the moments about this is the equation we are getting. So what about this mg? What will happen to this m? Can anyone answer? What will happen this? This is being neglected. Why it is being neglected? Read the problem. You can see here. Neglect the gravity effect. The question is given, neglect the gravity effect. Due to gravity, weight of the sleeve is being neglected. Right down here. Due to gravity, due to neglect, due to gravity, the term mg will become 0. Therefore, S1 is equal to 2fc1 into x by y will come. So from this, what is fc1? We are getting 316 Newton into x by y. That is 0.15 by 0.1. From this, what is the S1 minimum spring force we are getting? Can anyone answer? Use the calculators. So by time limit, I am solving on my own. It comes as 948 newtons. So S1 we got. Similarly, let us try to find the other values. We know that S2 minus S1 is equals to SC into H. This equation we know. So from this, how to find this S2 value? S1 plus S into H. Already S1 we have found out. What is S1 we are getting? 948 newtons. What is the S? Stiffness of the spring is given in the problem. Let me check once again. Stiffness of the spring is given. S is equal to 25 Newton per millimeter. And H is equal to 60 mm. That is 25 into H. 60 mm you can write. On solving this, what is S2 value you are getting?
2448.
Right. 2448 newtons. S1 we are getting. Okay. Now we know the centrifugal force at the maximum speed. Let us try to find out the centrifugal force at maximum speed. FC2 we need to find. Already FC1 we find. What is FC2? Can anyone answer? FC2 is the centrifugal force at maximum speed. I'm trying to find all the value, that is mr2 into omega 2 square. Okay, mr2 into omega 2. Mass do we know? Mg. Please answer. FC2 value. What is the radius of rotation? R2 we got. Can anyone tell? R2 170 mm we got. Okay, R2 is there. M into G. Mass of the ball is given 4 kg. M is equals to 4 kg we need to keep. Okay. Mass of the ball is 4 kg. Radius of rotation is 170 mm 0.172. That is omega 2, 2 pi n2 by 60 whole square. We will get FC2 in terms of n2 value. Okay. FC2 we are getting. Solve this and give me the FC2 value. In terms of n2 square we are getting. 4 into 0.17 into 2 pi by 60 whole square. What is the answer I am getting? Please solve it and give me. Dear students. Hello.
7.45 into 10 power minus 3.
7.4 minus 3, why it is coming? All are in meters only, no? .45, okay? That is 0.0074 into square, okay? Now from maximum position, take the moments about O. I'm writing here. From maximum position, take moments about O. Can anyone give the answer? What is the equation we are getting again? FC2 into X, which is equals to mg plus s2 by 2 into y. What is happening here again? Are we considering mg or not? Again mg is being, I am writing here, mg is equals to 0 due to neglect due to gravity. Already it is given in the problem. Neglecting gravity effect. Neglect due to gravity effect. Now the equation comes as I am writing here. FC2 into X is equals to S2 by 2 into Y. From this, what is FC2? I am writing again here. FC2 into X is equals to S2 by 2 into Y. From this get FC2 is equals to S2 by 2 into Y by X. Okay. What is FC2 we are getting? 0.0746 into square, which is S2 is 2448 by 2 into 0.1 by 0.15. Okay. So from this get into square value or get into value straight away. Solve and give me this into value, the students. I don't want into square. Give me into value from this. On solving this into, I am getting it as 331 RPM. So I got N2 value, N1 value, S1 value, and S2 value, FC1, and from this, what is FC2? 0.0746 into 331 square. Give me the FC2 value, dear students. Centrifugal force 2. Okay, after finding this centrifugal force 2, let us try to find out the initial compression of the spring. He is asking to find initial compression of the spring. How to find this initial compression? We don't know the letter C. C is equals to load by deflection. I can write it as or I can write spring force by stiffness of spring. What is the spring force? Which is equals to S1. Initial compression is minimum. What is minimum here? S1 is the minimum and S2 is the maximum. Initial compression of the spring is S1 and deflection of the spring is S. S1 by S. What is the answer we are getting? What is S1 we found earlier? S1 value. Yeah, 948 newtons we got S1 here. Okay, from this S1 is 948 and S is 25. This is newtons. This is Newton per millimeter. Newton will go away. We will get the answer in terms of millimeters. 948 by 25, which comes around 37.92 millimeter. This is the first one. Second, we are supposed to find out the governor effort. This one we need to find governor effort. So how is going? This denoted with the letter P. Let P is the governor effort, which is given by the equation S2 minus S1 by 2. Governor effort is given by the equation S2 minus S1 by 2. What is S2 value we got? 2448, and S1 is 948 by 2. Can anyone answer this? Which comes as 750 newtons. Third one is governor power. Next we need to find governor power, which is given by the product of governor effort P into height. Governor power is given by the equation P into height. Where P governor power is 750, height is 60 mm. I can write 60 by 1000, 750 into 0.06. What is the answer we are getting? 45 Newton meter. Okay. So this is the governor power P value. 750 newtons we are getting, and governor power we are getting as 45 Newton meter. And initial compression we are getting as, I am writing here, C is equals to 37.92 millimeter. Okay, right. With this, we will end up this problem. Now let me go for the next problem, 18.27 example. This is also Hartnell type governor. The length of the balls and sleeve arm of a bell crank lever are 120 mm and 100 mm respectively. Let me write the given data for this one. What they have given? Length of the arm, horizontal arm. Sorry, vertical arm. Let us take x is equals to define what is x and y every time, and y is equals to horizontal arm. What is x? We got 120 mm, which is equals to 0.12 meter. This is equals to 100 mm, which is equals to 0.1 meter. The distance between fulcrum of the bell crank lever from the governor axis is 140 mm. That means radius of rotation r is equals to 140 mm, or I can write it as 0.14 meter. Mass of each ball, m is equals to 4 kg. Governor runs at a mean speed, n is equals to 300. I am writing it as n mean 300 rpm, and for an increased speed of 4%, the sleeve moves by 10 mm upwards. Okay, he has given mean speed is 300 rpm. For an increased speed of 4%, the sleeve moves 10 mm upwards. Okay, so for 10 mm upwards, I can write it as H1 is equals to 10 mm, and at the bottom he has given if the minimum equilibrium speed, if the total sleeve movement is limited to 20 mm, find the minimum equilibrium speed. Okay, if the total sleeve movement is limited to 20 mm, means H2 is equals to 20 mm. Second, stiffness of the spring, sensitiveness of the governor. Next, fourth one, the spring stiffness if the governor is to be isochronous at 300 rpm. So this is the given data. Let us try to find all the values. N1 is the minimum equilibrium speed. So now let us find the solution. Let N1 is equals to minimum equilibrium speed. R1 is the radius of rotation at minimum position. R2 is the radius of rotation at the maximum position. I'm writing here. R1 minimum radius of rotation. R2 is the maximum radius of rotation. Now, since the increase in speed is 4%, therefore the maximum speed. Since the speed is increased by 4%, then we need to find the maximum speed. Therefore, maximum speed is equals to, let us take the maximum speed as n2. Now let us try to find out the n2 value. How to find the n2 value? That is the minimum speed plus 4% increase of the minimum speed or mean speed. Let n is the mean speed and 4% of the mean speed. What is the mean speed he has given in the question? Can anyone answer? What is the mean speed? The student, please answer. 300 RPM is the mean speed. Let me check the question. Yeah, the governor runs at a mean speed of 300 RPM. Okay, mean speed is 300 RPM. That is 300 plus 4% of the 300. How to solve this one? 300 plus 4% is 0.04 into 300. What is N2 we are getting from this? This comes as 312 RPM. Okay. Now try to find out the omega 2. 2 pi n2 by 60. That is 2 pi into 312 by 60. What is the answer we are getting from this? That is 32.7 radians per second. Okay. Now we know that lift of the sleeve for maximum position. Lift of the sleeve for maximum position. So what is H? H is equals to H2 minus H1. Okay. We need to find H2 value, which is equals to H plus H1. Okay, let's solve this value. So H2 plus H1 is equals to H. From this H2 is equals to H minus H1. I'm sorry, H2 is equals to H minus H1. Pointer options. What is H is given in the problem? In anyone 20 mm, that is 0.02. And H1 is equals to 0.01, which comes as 0.01 meter. H2 is equals to 0.01 meter. Now let us take one more equation. Now for minimum position, we can write it the equation as one more slide. Yes. Now for minimum position, I am writing the equation as h1 by y is equals to r minus r1 by x. Similarly, for maximum position, I'll tell equation how I am writing this. h2 by y is equals to r2 minus r by x. Or from this, on solving this equation, we are getting r1 is equals to, what is r1 from this? R minus h1 into x by y. From this, r2 is equals to r plus h2 into x by y. This is the equation to find the minimum radius of rotation. This is equal to find the maximum radius of rotation. R minus h1 into x1 by, and r2 is equals to r plus h2 into x by y. I told how I am writing this equation. Next, I want to take this diagram. Yeah, see this diagram, how I am writing. So this is vertical length x1 by y, which is equals to, you can see here, r1 minus r, or r minus r1 I can write. Where r is the total radius of rotation and r1 is the minimum radius of rotation, okay, by this distance x. Let me go one more diagram. You can see here, this is the total length. Total radius of rotation is r. Let me show that. I draw a vertical line here. This total radius of rotation is r. Now with respect to vertical arm and with respect to the horizontal arm. With respect to vertical arm, the distance r minus r1 by x. That is what I have written here. Similarly, with respect to horizontal arm, x1 by y. Now come for this diagram, h2 by y, horizontal arm, which is equals to r2 minus r. Very smaller here, you can see here, which comes inside this one. This distance is r2 minus r, r1 minus r by x. This is how I written the equation. From this, I am trying to find out the minimum radius of rotation r1 and maximum radius of rotation r2. From this, can anyone tell what is r1 value? Yes, students. So from this, let us try to find out the r1 value. R1 is equals to r. What is r value which is given in the problem? R is equals to 140 mm, that is 0.14 meter. Minus of r. What is r value we are getting? Minimum radius of rotation r1. Sorry, r value 0.01. R minus h1, I think 10 centimeters, which is equals to 0.01 meter into x by y. What is x we have get in this problem? X is equals to 120, y is equals to 100 mm. And what is h? Right. H1 is 0.01. You can see here this point. R1 is equals to 0.14 minus h1 is 0.01 into x by y. That is 0.12 by So how much you are getting? 0.1. On solving this equation, what is R1 we are getting? Can anyone answer? First, similarly get R2 value also. From R2, R is equals to again 0.14 plus H2 is, what is H2 we are getting? You can see here again, H2 is 0.01 meter. Okay, already earlier we assigned 0.01 into 0.12 by 0.1. From this get the R2 value. First, the students, R2 I am getting it as 128 mm, that is 0.128 meters. Can anyone tell R1 value? R1 is, sorry, R1 is 0.128 meter and R2 is 0.152 meter. Anyone is there in the class? Yes, students, please respond. Hello.
Sir.
Once we got R1 and yeah.
Sir.
Next, what to do after finding the R1 and R2? Try to find FC2 and FC1. Now next step, try to find FC2, maximum centrifugal force, FC2 and FC1. FC2 I can find it as mR2 into omega 2 square, m R1 into omega 1 square. Try to find FC2. You know, mass of the ball is 4 kg. Radius of rotation R2 I am getting it as 0.152. You can see here. R2 I am getting 0.152. 152 mm, which is equals to 152 meter into omega 2, that is 2 pi and 2 by 60. What is omega 2 we got? Earlier we have found anywhere. Omega 2. I found somewhere else, right? Omega 2 we got 32.7 radians per second. What is the answer we are getting? FC2? 650 newtons. Now try to find out the FC1. How to find FC1? Now for finding FC1, this equation will not hold good because we don't know the N1 value. Okay. So for that, I know the minimum speed and I know the maximum speed. So for that, I am using one equation. We know that centrifugal force at any instant is at any point. So for that, equation is given as Fc is equals to Fc1 plus Fc1 into R minus R1 by R2 minus. So between Fc2 and Fc1, so Fc is the centrifugal force, Fc1 is the minimum centrifugal force, and Fc2 is the maximum centrifugal force. So three types of forces are here we are having. One is the mean, minimum, and maximum. Let me write. This is the mean. Next, I am getting the maximum speed. Next, I am getting the minimum speed. So I know mean speed. I don't know the minimum, and I know the maximum speed. Now centrifugal force at any instant means between mean and maximum, we need to find out the centrifugal force. We know the mean value and we know the maximum value. Between these two, what is the centrifugal force? You can find by using this equation. Or we know the minimum value and we know the maximum value. In between minimum and mean value, centrifugal force at any instant. we can find using this type of equations. Okay, I'll give one more equation for that one. So from this, let us try to find out the what is FC. We are getting 533 newtons. We have find somewhere else here. Centrifugal force FC. What is FC value? Can anyone find and tell me? The students. FC is the centrifugal force at the mean position. So I am writing this is the centrifugal force at mean position. This is the centrifugal force at minimum position, and FC2 is the centrifugal force at maximum position. So now I got FC2 value. I don't know the FC1. I want to find FC value. In this equation, two are unknown. FC I don't know. FC1 also I don't know. Let me try to find out the FC. Centrifugal force at mean position, which is given by the equation mr into omega square. 4 radius of rotation 140 mm 0.14. And what is omega at mean position? We know n value 2 pi n by 60. That is 2 into pi into n is 300 by 60 whole square. Centrifugal force at mean speed. FC I am finding centrifugal force at the mean speed. On solving this equation, what is FC I am getting? I am getting FC as 553 newtons. Okay, FC2 already I have found. Now let me try to find out the FC1. That is m r1 omega 1 square. What is r1 value we got earlier? 128 mm. That is 0.128. And omega 1 is 2 pi n1 by 60 whole square. We'll get this answer in terms of the n1 square, which is equals to 0.0056 n1 square. FC1 we got. Now we are having all the values. Let us take the centrifugal force at any instant. Okay, from this relation, let me find out the FC1 value. Okay, we know that centrifugal force at any instant. We know the relation. Remember this equation: centrifugal force CF is equals to, I can write centrifugal force as FC, which is equals to FC1 plus FC2 minus FC1 into R minus R1 by R2 minus R1. This is the equation. So centrifugal force FC I found. That is the mean centrifugal force, 553 newtons. FC1, do I know FC1 value? I don't know. Keep this as FC1 plus what is FC2 I am getting? 650. Somewhere I have solved here. FC2, 650 newtons, right? FC1 into small r is 0.14 meter, R1 is 0.128, and R2 is 0.152, and R1 is 0.128. On solving this equation, I am getting FC1 as 456 newtons. So from this, what is N1 I can get? N1 square is equals to FC1 by 0.0056. That is 81,428, which is equals to I am getting 285.4 RPM. Okay, this is the minimum speed. First is asking, try to find out the minimum speed of the governor. 285.4 RPM is the minimum speed of the governor. This I have found. Next, spring stiffness we are supposed to find. Next slide. Two minutes, just wait for 5 more minutes. Let me complete this problem. Yes. Next, we need to find out the second one, spring stiffness. How to find the spring stiffness, which is going to be the equation? Yes, S is equals to S2 minus S1 by H. Now try to find out the S1 value and S2 value. How to find S1 from minimum position diagram? How to find S2 from maximum position diagram? I'm writing here the minimum position diagram. S1 we need to find. I'm writing the state of equation or taking the moments about like that. Mg plus S1 by 2 into y is equals to Fc1 into H. Similarly, from maximum position, Mg plus S2 by 2 into y is equals to Fc2 into x. So from this, try to find out the S1 and S2 values. And again, we are neglecting the mass due to gravity. Okay. S1 and S2 are neglecting the effect of the obliquity of the arms. Means we are neglecting the mass. So from this term will become 0. This mass also will become 0. Mass of the sleeve will become 0. So from this, Fc1 into H is equals to S1 by 2 into y. Similarly, Fc2 into X is equals to S2 by 2 into y. From this, what is S1? 2 Fc1 into H by y. Similarly, S2 is equals to 2 Fc2 into X by y. Substituting all the values. We know x1, x2, x1, x and y, fc1 and fc2. So from this, let me find out s1, 2 fc1 into x by y. fc1, how much we are getting? 456 newtons.
Sir, we
X
have
by
exam,
y.
sir.
That is,
Excuse me, sir.
which
Actually,
exam?
there is an exam. MCMT.
Unit test started, sir.
Oh.
2 minutes is over.
Okay, just 2 minutes. I am winding this.
Oh, yes.
Let me try to find S2 also. Just I'm at the end of the problem. 2 more minutes. Please give 2 more minutes. 2 into 650 into 0.12. S2 we are getting it as 1560 newtons. So now S is equals to S2 minus S1 by H. S2 is 1560 minus 1094.4 by H is 20. We are getting this as 23.28 Newton millimeter. Okay. Thank you. With this, we will end up this problem. Next, we will continue. Next class. 2 more bits are there in this. I'll continue. Okay. Thank you, and you can leave this class now. Let me wait. I need to take. Don't leave. I need to take the attendance. Dear students, don't leave. Please join. I need to take the attendance. Someone has left without taking the attendance.